Okay, boys, let's keep going. So I was talking about the 1026A protocol, right? First, let me just say it again. The 1026A could happen either when the guy is wanted, when the suspect is wanted, or you already had a 1080 on him and he actually complied. He decided to comply. This happens. This is a rare case, but it also happens. In this case, of course, the first thing you do is put your sirens on. My shit is buggy, but whatever. You put your sirens on and you pull him over. Then you stand in the V shape. This is the first thing you do, right? The next thing you do is, of course, you ask him to engine off. Like this. You just ask him to put his engine off and you see if he's complying. The whole time you just stand in your you just sit inside your vehicle like this. You just wait for him to engine off. You wait for him to throw his keys out of the window. Yuri, can you go ahead and comply so I can show it to everybody? Okay, now he's throwing it. He stops the engine. So the next thing you do is you ask him to throw the keys out of the window. Let me go ahead and show it to you guys. Like this. Like this, you ask him to throw the keys out of the window, and this ensures him not to start running away. Because if he does that repeatedly, that means he doesn't have this fucking ignition keys in his car. Of course, he cannot run away, or else it will be per gaming, right? It's pretty obvious. The next thing you do is you update, right? Never forget to update. You /R, and let me show you how would a normal 1026A update look like. I would say I'm having a 1026A on Beacon 42 inside LSPD Cruiser inside LSPD Garage code 3. Almost every time you would have a code 3 when you're conducting a 1026A. Even though we have the whole fucking department here, I'm still saying code 3. Because you actually need backup. The guy is wanted. The guy is dangerous. The guy is evading. Okay? This is a code 3. Only then you get out of your car like this. You keep your door opened, and you can do it by /car door 1. You aim at the suspect like this, /rob1, and now you tell him to get out of the fucking car with his hands up, facing the other way. This is really important, because if you tell him to get out of the car, and just that, he can get out of the fucking car and start running around. You don't want that. If you tell him to get out of the car with his hands up, and don't tell him to face the other way, he can get out and face you. This is also dangerous. You don't want that. So instead, you tell him like this. Let me show you.
You'll fool me.
Like this.
Nothing but...
You say get out of the car with your hands up and face the other way. And see if the suspect will be complying. Yuri, in this case, you will be complying. So go ahead. Alright? Yeah, very good. The next thing you do is you tell him to drop all his weapons. This is also really important. You can either, yeah, Danny, exactly. You can either tell him to fucking drop his weapons, toss them under the car, drop his weapons and kick them away from him, whatever. Just tell them to drop their weapons. This is really, really important. Because otherwise, he can start shooting you anytime. This will not be breaking any server rules. And this is your fucking fault. So let's see if my suspect actually drops the weapons. You just keep telling them to drop the weapons until he does it. Actually, don't spam, of course. But let's see if my suspect actually drops the weapons. Okay. Okay, good. Start walking back slowly. Facing the other way. Spam HU, HU, HU. It's fine. We just continue. Then you ask him to start walking back slowly, facing the other way, and you can use the OC chat to tell him how to do it. Actually, to spam HU. Whenever he's close enough, you tell him to stop. Okay. Okay, he's pretty close, so I tell him to stop, and you aim the gun at him. You approach him like this, slowly, and then you cuff him. You cuff him, you drag him. You don't need, you actually can role play your cuffs or whatever. You don't need to do that, it's fine. You just slash cuff him, you slash drag him. Drag him to the car. Let's say I detained him. So Yuri, go ahead and sit in this car. Let's say I detained you. Just sit in this car, okay? Let's say I got Yuri as my suspect, and only now he's 1015. Okay, guys? Only now you say B42 is 1015. Or else you say 1099 on my last 1026A. The suspect is now 1015. 1015 means the suspect is in custody. In custody means he's cuffed and detained. So if he's just cuffed, he's not in custody. Alright? He's both cuffed and detained. And then you read him the Miranda rights and whatever. This is the whole phase. This is called arresting procedure, and we're gonna talk about it in some fucking next reassignment. I hope all of you guys will remember how to do a 1026A properly, and I hope we'll not have to embarrass ourselves anymore. And Yuri, can you go ahead and line up for me real quick, and we'll resume the reassignment.
Umi, can I have my rank?